everybody. Welcome to the NAZ Wranglers Roundup. Here today you have your hosts, myself, Robin DePalma, and
Robin DePalma.
And we help run the team a little bit. Also, we have with us today our special guest, our head coach, Coach Ron James. Welcome, Coach.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's always great to have you here, and everybody wants to always know what's going on at the team and how things are looking and shaping up. We're a new team, which we normally are each year, but a whole new coaching staff. We've talked about that before, and everyone just getting their feet wet and getting things put together. And we just got done with the game. And what are your thoughts of what's been happening with the games and the improvement and what we have going on and changes?
Well, we've got a lot of changes because, we've been underperforming, I think, a little bit, but also we're at the end of a 4-game road trip. So, we're four weeks in a row. We've been on the road. Now we're looking forward to the home cooking here at the Toyota Center and making sure that we can get these Massachusetts Pirates and get our ship righted.
Exactly.
So that's what we're all about this week.
Good deal. The nice thing, we've only played the Massachusetts Pirates this is our 5th season. We've only played them twice, and we beat them twice. So we have that going for us. So we played them once here a few years ago, and then last season we played them in Mass, in Lowell.
Well, that's a streak we don't want to break,
exactly.
Especially at home with our
one.
fans. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. When you say we're at home, Robin, I think what we were talking about earlier today is we've been on the road. Yeah. And so our season's a little lopsided. We've been on the road more than home. And then all of a sudden May comes and we have, what is it?
We got 6 games now between May 18th and July 12th, 6 home games.
Right.
And so it's just a mad run now.
Yeah. A lot of home games in a row. In June, we're home three out of the 4 weeks. In June, we have home games.
Couldn't come at a better time, really. We started the season off with a pair of rookie quarterbacks, and those growing pains were extreme for us. That and building our offensive line around that. Our defense has been playing pretty solid for the past few weeks. Special teams have been a little bit erratic, but we're getting there as well. And so now we've seen that light at the end of the tunnel with some of the quarterback issues being resolved, bringing in Caleb Lowe, having Ramon Atkins in the ballpark. So a lot of good things happening for us as a team, and our offensive line is starting to gel. So I think that enables us to get more points on the board, put ourselves in a situation where we can win the game by getting into those last few possessions that matter, as opposed to giving away possessions. So it's a really good thing for us, and we couldn't be more pleased to be playing a lot of our home games at this point.
Oh, that's great. And Caleb, the impressive thing about him is, before we had the game, where was the game at where Caleb just came in? Vegas. Before the Vegas game.
Vegas.
So right before the Vegas game, Caleb was called up, and he hopped in his car from Idaho and drove straight here, had 3 practices, and went to Vegas. And I know we didn't win. No interceptions?
No interceptions. They played a pretty strong game. He got hit a few times, severely, but he kept bouncing back. And, he's a tough kid. What's great about it is when you get players like this, that football means a lot to him.
Right.
So for him to be able to jump in a car and come all the way from Idaho to come down here, and oh, by the way, he's a Texas kid. So it's like he's all over the map trying to play football, and that's what we want. We want guys that it matters and that they're tough, and he's a tough guy. So to bring a Texas Cowboy into the Wranglers, always a good decision for a coach.
Yeah, he more or less hopped out of his car and put on his helmet and went to practice.
Yeah.
I have to share this because this blew my mind. I'm watching him warm up before the Vegas game. They're on the field warming up. He throws a pass. It's the first pass I saw him throw as a new quarterback, and his receiver caught the ball behind his back.
Yeah, I saw
not
that.
even looking. And to me, I'm like, well, that means he knows exactly where to throw the ball. The accuracy right there. I just was like, well, that was cool.
It's a receiver showing off in warm-ups. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
If that happens in a game, we're like, wait a minute, stop the circus. Let's do the thing the right way. And but it was fun to see that as well.
He put the ball where it was supposed to be, that the receiver could look good.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was.
All that matters, catch it.
Right.
Well, that was great. And so when we're going up against Massachusetts, any game plans, anything? I know you can't share it all, but the feel in the locker room, the coaches.
Well, Massachusetts is on their second head coach this season. So they've got some issues they're trying to resolve as well, and they're going to have to travel across country. They're traditionally a very powerful team. They were in the championship game last year, and they always get a lot of ex-NFL players on the roster and get them to play for that team. So I anticipate they're going to be a very strong team walking in the door with a veteran coach, Tom Manas, taking over. So I really think that, if we can play our type of game, limit the turnovers and just take advantage of our rowdy crowd. I mean, we get the best crowd in the IFL without a doubt.
Yes.
So we're just looking forward to having that to buoy our spirits a little bit and to get ourselves on track. And, like I said, there's so much in the season left to go. So for us to fight and win at home is really going to be a great pump for this young group.
Yeah, it is. It is. And when we say there's a lot, people look at the record and there's so much of the season left. I mean, we're only a couple games behind a couple of the teams and we can catch up to them and pass them without a doubt.
Yeah, if you look at the West, I mean, really, the teams that are ahead of us, one's got one win and a couple have two. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, we're looking at this thing going, man, we're desperate. We're not desperate, but what we are is composed and ready. And you have to be that every week. This league is so darn competitive. But they also the other thing that happens, right, is we play in that Western side. So all these teams start playing each other more later in the season. They start beating each other up. The records even out. And then all of a sudden, you're in that playoff stretch and you've got a legitimate chance of doing something. And so that's what we're looking forward to. But it's got to start now. I mean, we're really eager to get that going, but also knowing that, we've got a good group. And so we don't have to put pressure on ourselves. We just have to be the best we can be that particular night. That's what we're looking forward to.
Great. Yeah. And I think that'll be a lot of fun, and when we talk about the group, we're always trying to do some things, in our side in the office with the players, because, they move here from all over the country and they don't know anybody here except their roommate. Some of the guys they hang out with, some of them are with the adopt a player group that we have. So they have dinner maybe once every other week at somebody's house or with the family, which it's good. Some of these guys really love that. So anybody who's out there that wants to help out and be part of the adopt a player, you can reach out to our boosters club and they help put that together. And it's great for the guys, but we're also looking for things for the guys to do that they can enjoy Prescott Valley and Prescott, Arizona. And so for all of our fans out there, I've only lived up here for a few years myself. And I'm always finding something new that we go explore. We drive around everywhere so we can just check out this lovely area. I mean, we were talking about bringing the team out bowling. Maybe we can put something together, some of our fans, and take over the bowling alley and have like 2 players for 2 fans. And they just have a little fun bowling tournament, so to speak. And what you win is a high five. I don't know, just something to get these guys have to have a little bit of enjoyment. And with so many of our fans that run so many different things out there, maybe somebody can give us some suggestions or come down or invite the guys out to go do something just so they can not focus on football for a couple minutes, relax, reset, and then get back into hit it again. So that was something we weren't planning on today. I was just thinking about as while we were talking about the guys here, about getting them out there and doing stuff. So I do put that out there to our fans. What can we do to help get our players really, be invited in to do things here in our community? So
yeah, that's a big deal. It really is, because team bonding is special, and these guys have been working so hard together. But being a part of the community is something we talked about from day one.
Yes,
being out there and being able to ingratiate yourself with the community in general, but also the business owners and all these things that we're trying to accomplish as an organization. It trickles down to the team level where our players just love it. I mean, They love being out and going places. Myself, I'd like to see something other than my office for a change. That would be fun. But it's all part of what we do, right? And so I think that putting that out there is great, and our players would really respond well to it.
Yeah, it's just like we have so many local restaurants that help with feeding the team, and we give them marketing for that. So even though you might see the team out, we're either buying it or we're trading for it. So we want to give back to the community through our events and what we do. And we still need other people to help with feeding the team. So if you have a restaurant, or we even have like a couple of groups. What's one of the groups that does it? The Tractor.
Yeah, Tractor works with NAZ Avengers. So the youth football, the Avengers do a potluck dinner twice a month. So they have all their youth football teams come and have dinner with the NAZ Wranglers. I'm like, well, what a great way to interact with the players. And
last week we drove by one by chance. We didn't even know what was going on, and we were going for a drive. We're like, hey, what's going on in that park? And there's our guys, and there's a youth football team, and they were having a big cookout with everybody. So that's open to everyone too that would like to. Even the apartment complex puts on a dinner for everyone who lives there. And so our players come down to it, and the players get a meal out of it. So that's what they're looking for. So again, we're a community team that we always tell everybody. So if our community wants to step up and do some of this, we'd love to have that have that help. And now that the guys love it, they love being invited.
Feed
in.
them; they'll do anything. They'll go anywhere.
It's an open invitation for some of these linemen to really go to town on you. But
exactly.
what's great about it is when we went out and did the youth football event, they had a little barbecue afterwards, and the players got to mingle with all these kids. And just remembering when I played Pop Warner, you'd see these high school players or college players, and they were just idols.
Right.
So to have that ability to make a difference in a child's life is a big thing for us. Mm-hmm. Same thing when we're at the apartment complex over at Granite Mountain and Tapestry. Those are great apartment complexes for us and great partners. But the community that comes over and wants to meet the players and does specific events with us, again, it's a special opportunity.
Great. That's wonderful. So we appreciate our community here and what we do. We are a smaller community in the market of the football and pro sports, mm-hmm. but I like to take advantage of that because everyone seems to know who we are. And if they don't, they're just not opening their eyes to any type of newspaper, radio, TV, social media. If you live up here, you have never heard of us. It's not our fault because we do a lot to let people know. You're just blind by it. Yeah. But, having the small communities, everyone kind of knows that we're here and people do kind of chip in a little bit and help take care of the boys while they're out here because they're here by themselves. They're young men, but still they're here by themselves.
True.
So we love that. Well, Coach, is there anything you want to add with what we have going on or where we're going and which way besides up?
No, the main thing is you're making changes, right? Mm-hmm. So that's professional football. When things don't go well, you have to make some changes. Even when things go well, you're looking to improve slightly or dramatically, depending on the position with injuries and things that happen, right? So right now, we just feel like we're on an upward trajectory. We've had kind of our growing pains for the season behind us, and now it's about getting onto the process of winning week to week and keeping our players healthy. And that's the whole thing. If you can stay healthy and you can progress, then you got a shot to be able to run the table at the end of the season when it really matters most.
Right. And one more thing that we didn't bring up. So we had Caleb Lowe come in to play quarterback. We also have another quarterback on our roster that's going to be available for the Massachusetts game. I'm not sure if he's playing or not yet, but I know he's available for that game. Can we talk about him and why he's on the roster and the situation?
Well, Ramon Atkins is a big, strong quarterback. He's got IFL experience, has been with 2 other teams. He's 6'3", 233 pounds. You don't get much bigger at the quarterback position than that. So he's a dual threat, can run, can throw. But he was, finishing up his teaching responsibilities down in Phoenix. And so we had to put him on what's called refuse to report, which means we have to wait 3 games for him to be eligible to play for us. And so he's going to serve that time and that is going to expire here right before this next game against the Pirates. And we're looking forward to getting him on the field. Veteran leadership is a huge thing. Somebody with that talent.
And so he's a high school teacher down in the Valley, and he just had to wait. He had to finish his job. Yeah. Like any good employee, that's what we want. He's giving his notice. He's got to wait for his school year to end, and then he's part of the team, and now he'll be available for us for the Massachusetts game to come play. Which is nice. I don't know if we'll use them or not yet. That's really up to you guys. I won't not trying to decide any of that. But the thing is now he can come out and hit a practice and see how he does with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. He's a great young man and he's got a lot of talent, obviously. But more than that, he's a steadying influence. And so we need to have that at that position.
Right. And what I can say about him is Robin and I had a chance to meet him when we played down in Glendale. Since it was local, he and his wife came to the game and he was hanging out in the locker room and seemed like everybody knew him. Yeah. So, his name's big enough that like our whole team knew who he was. Even the whole other team knew who he was. And he was there with his wife. His wife's ready to have a baby. Like it seemed like any second. I was afraid during the game. I was at July. I was watching her at the game and then she was sitting kind of behind where I was standing. I was trying to make sure nobody went over the wall into her. So he's got a lot going on.
Sure.
But he's really excited. And she was totally pumped backing him to be up here to play. She goes, she can't wait to watch him play.
Yeah.
So
that's
good.
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah. So for our fans, they can look them up, see what it is. But I'm sure Tucker in our office will get some stuff up on the internet pretty soon about what's going on. So that's exciting because we're making the changes to move forward. We have a lot of players that have been improving. We've had some changes throughout the season already with different positions because things just happen.
Yeah.
But that's a great coaching staff that's noticing what's going on, coaching people. Some that aren't able to make the change or fit the program doesn't mean they're a bad player. Just sometimes means they don't fit with what we have planned. We're able to bring somebody else in, and sometimes they're able to find a home playing someplace else where they do fit that program.
Yeah, it's a process, as we all know, right? So sometimes you think a fit's going to be a certain way and it doesn't work out that way. And sometimes you underestimate what a fit's going to be and a player jumps out at you.
Right.
You know, we've got that already when we look at Nolan Sussel, who's, playing running back for us, and we found him at an open tryout.
Right.
Wow.
And so for any folks that are out there and you're talking about, are open tryouts worth it? Yes, they certainly are.
Yeah.
He's one of 8 people that came out and did a private workout, and we signed him.
Yes.
And now he's playing for us. So this is an opportunity-based league, and we're happy to give the young men opportunities.
Yeah, and I think that's great. So since I've been involved with the team in 22, every year we've signed actually one person out of open trials, at least one. There might have been 2 one year. So it does work.
Yeah.
We are looking for little pieces to fit. And look, here's a young man that now has the opportunity to go out and play with us. So I think that's great.
Yeah, and he's an Arizona kid too.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So, yeah. See, I don't get
Double
to know where
bonus.
everybody's from. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And so
Yeah.
next year we'll have open tryouts. So for all of our athletes out there, start preparing
do it.
now.
Yeah, let's do
Start
it.
preparing now. All right, Coach. Well, I have nothing else. Robin, do you have any other questions for Coach?
No, I'm just excited for the rest of the season. Excited. I think it's going to be a lot better. A lot better record for the rest of the season. We already see that coming together. So.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let Coach go so he can get back into the action with the team and see what's going on for the rest of the day. So we're going to take a short break, and then Robin and I will come back to let everybody know what's happening. Actually, I should say Robin will come back to let everybody know what's happening, because she has the calendar down better than I do. So keep cheering on your Northern Arizona Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.
And we like to welcome everybody back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. So Fred and Robin DePalma here. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in our team shop and activities and so on and so forth. And Robin has all of that. So I'm going to listen and learn with you.
And you can be my model.
I can be the model. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this year I was really excited about our team shop. We had a lot of local businesses come together and put some neat stuff together within the team shop. So I don't know if you've noticed any of this, but I wanted to highlight that this season. Or I'm sorry, not this season, this show. It will be here for the whole season.
Until we sell out, right.
But first, we've got A&W as one of our big sponsors, and we have their mugs for sale in our team shop, and we filled their mugs up with some Wrangler items. I think we'll be changing up these items maybe every couple of games, so it'll be something different in here. But it's $20 for everything in here, plus the mug. And then inside of it, I don't know if you can see that here, there's a free ice cream cone coupon in there. So
I can't reach it. There it is.
That's the most important thing in the entire thing is the free ice cream cone.
Right, from A&W. So you get their mug and you get the ice cream cone to go with it, and the nice mugs.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty fun to do that.
We got whiskey stickers in there.
Yeah, we've got whiskey stickers, NAZ Wrangler stickers.
Whiskey or a mascot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. A pencil, a foam stick, a sticker, a regular sticker. Anyway, fun stuff. Next, we have another one of our sponsors is 4 Branches Bourbon. And so we did this cocktail glass where it's got the NAZ Wranglers logo on one side and 4
highly
branches
approved
on the other.
4 Branches Bourbon.
Yeah. And their story is, it's called 4 Branches Bourbon. I'll let you share the story.
I'll do the short story, but when they first came out, I really enjoyed listening to the guys who started it. So they're shorten it up. I won't do it as good as they do, but they're 4 special forces from the 4 branches of the military: Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. Hoorah. And they got together and they made a bourbon called 4 Branches, representing the 4 branches. But being a vet myself and having friends who have gotten back home who just got a little bit too much into drinking because it was a way to forget. And the saying would always be like, drink to forget. And I don't like that. Other people, everyone handles it differently when they get back home. And so it's sad that we have a challenge. So many vets are having challenges. So 4 Branches, they came out theirs, and it wasn't about drink to forget. It's about sip to remember. And when they said that to me, it really struck a nerve in an emotional way. But what they were saying is sip to remember. Get the group of buddies, have some bourbon, just have a couple sips and talk about it. Don't keep it in. Don't go and hurt yourself. Don't do stupid things. But sip to remember. Take care of this and take care of yourselves. And so I'm a big supporter of them and what they do ever since I heard that. My wife would tell you that too. I mean, we've attended some different business mixers where I've actually bought one of their bottles and gave it away to a winner just because I like to tell their story about what they are and who they are. And they are a sponsor. And Mike Trott, who's one of the founders and of it, he comes to our games as well. He lives down in Chandler, but he drives up here for our games. So it's fun that they're a sponsor and they're part of our fan base.
And you can find the bourbon in the concession stand in the bars.
Yes, yeah. So
In the
the
bar area.
the casino, the arena is carrying it. Founding Fathers has it. I think the liquor store here has it. There's a lot of places out here that do have their bourbon. I don't know every place is out here. And on the other side of the glass, since we're partners, is our logo.
Right.
So
it's a 2-for-1.
exactly. So when you put your kids' drink, it's this way. And when you put in your drink, it's this way.
There you go. And then this was pretty exciting to me. If everybody knows Cowboy Mike, you've seen Cowboy Mike at several of our games and doing the coin toss. And when we have a rodeo game coming up at the end of June, he'll be doing the coin toss and be there giving out free books. Well, he writes children's books. And so this is one of his books that he wrote. And last year he came to me and he goes, can I put the Wranglers in one of my new books that I'm writing? And here we are. A whole page of the NAZ Wranglers in here. So this is the name. We've got these books in the team shop. But all the proceeds from these books go to his charity, Pony for Precious. And so I think that's pretty neat too. So, and right here on the back, it even says Pony for Precious was developed for one reason: to educate children on miniature ponies and horses through free online education and training information. Everyone wants a pony. So that's pretty cool.
So yeah, without
that was pretty exciting.
Pick up one of these books in the team shop. It's a donation to this group. If you have kids, grandkids, no kids at all, just have it to put on your shelf because it has the Wranglers inside.
Right. So thank you, Cowboy Mike.
Yes, without a doubt. That's great.
And then another thing that came about last year is Legacy Jewelry, another one of our sponsors. Yes, right here. These are Citizen Echo Drive watches with, on the inside, I don't know if you can see that, the Wranglers shield logo on the inside. So NAZ Wranglers Citizen Echo Drive watches, and they are in the team shop for sale. And so, of course, we had to get one also. So,
yeah,
he's got the men's, but gold and silver. Anyway, if you haven't noticed these yet, they're in the team shop in the showcase. They're up by the cash register. But I thought that was pretty exciting. So pretty exciting to see some of our local businesses come together and support the Wranglers and come up with some cool NAZ Wrangler merchandise.
We had custom-made wallets made locally that we had in our team shop. We need to get those back.
Yeah, we do.
Those are a blast. But we're here at the team and the team shop to help our community as well. So for some of our local businesses that are sponsors, we're more than happy to do something like this and get your product out in the team shop, even if that's going to send people back to your place or just purchasing it while they're at the game. I think that's why I know that's why the reason we set up vendor tables in our arena is because we want to help the small businesses out there to be able to set up and have 3,000 plus people come and see what their business is that's here locally. So when you come to our games, walk around the bowl of the arena on the outside in the concourse and look at the vendors that are there, because these are all local people. And, notice who they are. Grab their business card. You never know when you're going to need a plumber.
And there's a lot of giveaways going on at those tables.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, they're giving away stuff left and right all the time.
It's fun stuff. So make sure and visit our team shop. And we always have new stuff in, so there'll be some more new items coming in for the next game. We got some visors in.
Yeah, we have visors in. I love my new hat that has it's leather logo on the front that's laser cut. We had them last game, but we didn't really market them to everybody. And when people see it, they're like, I have to get one of those. So I have one.
Oh, new T-shirt designs too. New T-shirt design coming in.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty exciting.
Excellent.
So talking of next game is our teacher appreciation game. And man, we have spent a couple weeks traveling throughout our communities. We've gone to Cottonwood, Camp Verde, Chino Valley, Mayer, Prescott Valley. I think that's it, if that's not enough. and we have players have personally delivered free tickets to the teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week and a way to say thank you to our teachers. And boy, is it fun. We've posted a couple videos on our social media page, and you can see how excited the kids and the teachers are. I mean, these players are walking right into the classrooms and handing the tickets to the teachers, and the kids are just in awe that, oh my goodness, NAZ Wranglers are in my classroom. And then some of the schools had us come to assemblies, so we're in front of everybody, and the players spent, an hour after doing autographs. And I mean, they were autographing kids' foreheads and all kinds of fun stuff.
Right. Well, and then, I have to put up the disclaimer about that, because last year we were trying to get to the schools, and we started to get some hate emails from communities and schools that we didn't make it to. We can't make it to all of them. And also understand that these players, this is their job, so they get paid to go do this. So it's hard to make every school out there, especially when you get down to private schools and everything else. So this year we only picked a couple schools per community, And that was it that we went to personally to try to spread it out as far as we can without missing a school here, missing a school there, or having a community say you didn't show up to ours. We can't make it all the way up to Flagstaff, and we can't make it down to Tucson.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. So we're trying to get some schools here. But if we're not at the school, it's still teacher appreciation. So how does that still work?
Yeah. So if we didn't come to your school, teachers, you just need to show your teacher ID at the Findlay Toyota Center box office, and you get a free ticket to that game. And you can do that anytime from now up to the game. You don't have to wait till game day. Go anytime between now and that game, and all teachers free ticket to that game. And this year we added something different. So this year, in addition to the teachers are free, the students are free also with a paid parent ticket.
Right.
So because we want the students to be there to celebrate their teachers. I mean, what fun is it to have the teachers there with, we need the students to be there to celebrate the teachers and to give them something to celebrate. Pre-game, we are doing a teacher football challenge. So right before the game starts, right before we do the coin toss and the national anthem, you want to get to your seats early if you're here to cheer on your teachers, because they are all coming on the field and they're going to be doing tug of war, kicking a football, throwing a football, racing, all kinds of fun football challenge. And the winner of each of those challenges will get a little basket full of gift cards donated by our sponsors.
I know you have a lot of these activities planned, but should we do one of those things where they have to race down the end, and then there's helmet, shoulder pads, football pads, shoes, socks.
Yes.
The girdle pad, the jersey, and they have to put it all on.
We have another one on there.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to watch.
That's awesome.
So, yes.
And then what fun to have all the students gathered around the field you won't be on the field, but around in the stands cheering on your teachers to help them win. Right. So I'm really excited to see that.
And remember, you have to have a teacher ID. Okay. We will get calls again saying I teach at home and I don't have a teacher ID. Well, you have to have a teacher ID. So it's hard for us to, we don't run and own the box office. So they need to know who's allowed in. So make sure you have your teacher ID there to get the ticket. And yes, it's a free ticket for the teacher, but we do have sponsorships for this. We ask local businesses and individuals who want to do it. Because again, I try to explain this the nicest way as I can all the time. There is really no such thing as a free ticket. We get a charge for every ticket that goes out. A lot of people think, there's empty seats.
For the arena.
It's free. Yeah. The community is great to work with at Prescott Valley and the arena, but there is a charge from Ticketmaster for doing a ticket. There's printing fees for printing tickets. There's fees for the seat. It does cost a little bit. So when we end up giving out, 2,000-3,000 free tickets, if you do quick math, that ends up being a little bit for us. So that's why we look for the sponsorships and to get it there. And why we can't give free tickets to everybody, because guess what? The players need to get paid, and the coaches and the office staff and so on. So, but we do the best that we can to try to get everybody down there to enjoy a game.
So, and then on top of the teacher challenge and the free tickets, teachers are going to be getting prizes throughout the entire game. So every time there's a game stop, if there's a timeout, there's a quarter break, we're going to have different prizes being awarded to the teachers throughout the game. So that's going to be a lot of fun and really exciting. And again, thanks to our sponsors, because our sponsors are providing those prizes, and the teachers are just going to get some really cool stuff. It's going to be a fun summer for you.
That's exciting. Robin and her team work really hard on putting things together for all of our games to make some extra entertainment besides just a football game going on, to keep everybody excited and there, and also to include as many local businesses as we can with what we're doing. So good job.
Thanks. And then with the teacher appreciation, our halftime show that day has nothing to do with teachers. But it's going to be a lot of fun and some good entertainment. So Showtime Sports is flag football in the area. And every year, this has been really fun. This has become tradition now. So every year they hold their championship game at our arena in the morning before our game.
Yes.
And then they come on the field during halftime and get to perform, just do a mini game of the championship game that just happened.
Right.
So they'll be doing that for halftime that day. So be there to cheer them on and have some fun watching these kids play their flag football and win their championship.
I always see some great receivers at that. I'm taking notes for the future, without a doubt.
No
So
doubt.
we work with a lot of the youth football in the area, and it'd be a dream to have the entire team made of people from the area. That would be great. So keep working at it, guys.
And then one last thing.
Okay,
I told you we were going crazy for the teachers this year. So one last thing. In addition to the teacher ticket sponsorships, we've put out there that fans can also sponsor a teacher ticket. So if you have a favorite teacher that you would like to provide a ticket for, your name goes on the list then, so you get the recognition during the game that you provided that ticket.
It's on our website as well already.
Yes. Oh, perfect. And then also we added this year that you can also purchase them a VIP behind the scenes experience.
Oh, nice.
And so for $25 again, which is a huge discount, it's normally $50 for that experience, I believe. So half off. You can buy that for a teacher for $25, and we'll give them behind the scenes tour before the game, and then let them come on the field for the coin toss and all that fun stuff. And it can be either that game or any game during the season.
Right. And not saying this helps anybody get an extra A or something, but what a great thing to do for that teacher.
Right.
You need to help out a little bit.
So just another way that you can show appreciation for those teachers that have done a lot for your children and done so much for the community.
Well, that's awesome.
So.
That's great. Well, as you know, we have a lot going on with the games, during the games. If you see Robin at a game, say hi quickly, because she's usually sprinting in circles around the place to make sure everything's working well and with operations and everything that happens there. If you see me at the game, I'm usually just standing in one spot watching her run around in circles. You know, I have an important job with the instant replay TV.
Right. You can't leave the side of the instant replay TV.
Yeah, and I hang out with the ball boys. I want to make sure that they're getting the balls out on time to the refs. So.
I get to have the fun. I'm making sure all the giveaways are getting done. So that's exciting for me.
So if you guys can't tell, we really enjoy doing this. We enjoy being up here in Prescott Valley and the Quad City area where we live and run this team. So we're having a blast, and we appreciate all the support that we have from everybody out there to allow us to continue to bring this team and this entertainment and this football to our community. So we have anything to add?
I think that's it. We'll be up again in a week and be talking about the next game. Some exciting things going on for that game too. I can't wait to tell you.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Hopefully you got a little bit of insight from us today. We'll see you at the games. Again, share with your friends and family. Bring as many people as possible. We sell out at 4,500. We hit that maybe once or twice a year. We want to hit that every game, so there's a waiting list. So bring everybody in, because what we hear is everyone that goes to the game once, they say they love it and they can't wait to come back. So let's share the love with as many people as possible. Okay, so thank you, Robin. We'll say thanks to Coach that was here earlier, and we'll see you at the games. Go Wranglers!
Go Wranglers!